Hey guys, welcome to my recap of round 13 of the NRL. I was lucky enough to go to 2 games. Let's kick it off with State of Origin review. So up in Brisbane on last Wednesday, which is 6 days from now, the Queensland Maroons took on the New South Wales Blues for the annual State of Origin. Now I thought this was a really good game, not just because obviously Queensland got the win here, 18 points to 14. The Blues led 8-0 at halftime. I think that Cody Walker and Latrell Mitchell, not to be, I don't want to say it in a mean way, but I'm not saying that they're overrated players, but they did not put in an Origin-worthy performance. Now, in my opinion, I'm going to go on a rough note here and say Nathan Cleary had a really good game. Josh Morris, first try scorer. I did get some money off that, so that was nice. And I took Queensland 1-12. Took Queensland by 4 points as well, but I didn't bet on them exactly. Daly Cherry Evans and Kalen Ponga, really good. Obviously, it was the Dane Gagai show with him getting man of the match. I've got to give props to James Tedesco from the fullback of New South Wales. James Tedesco is an in-form player. He's on fire, and he proved it on the Origin stage. I really look forward to Game 2. It was good to get the win, good to come back. I just didn't like Michael Morgan. I think Michael Morgan would have... I don't think he suits the side, especially in the position of centres. I just didn't think it worked, but Dane Gagai obviously stand out. So the first game of the round last week was the South Sydney Rabbitohs at ANZ taking on the Newcastle Knights. Now the Knights at this point had won 5 in a row. Everyone was sceptical to whether they could make it 6. Now the late rule out of Adam Reynolds, as well as obviously like Origin players. I don't think Cody Walker backed up. No, I don't think he did in this side. And the Knights just came out. They are such a different side to what we saw at the start of the year. We are what people like me were expecting them to finish in the top 8. That's how they're playing. Knights 20, Rabbitohs 12. Tries to James Roberts in those red fern colours on debut, and Sam Burgess getting a try before he goes off for shoulder surgery, which I think he's done now. Knights, Heimel Hunt first try scorer. I did take that one, and that was a good bet to have. Dane Gagai and Mason Lino kicking the goals was pretty funny. They missed one each, but yeah, the Rabbitohs weren't fantastic here. Now, I took John Sutton for a try, and John Sutton, I think, had a really good game. I just think he couldn't capitalise it with that try. This whole team looked a bit off. They were missing, well, they had Damien Cook, but he just wasn't the classy player that you expect him to be. But the likes of Mitchell Pearce and the fact that the Knights are able to win without Clemmer and Ponga makes them a big threat, and the Knights got the win here. The next game saw the West Tigers up against the Raiders. Now, I've got to say, there were 2 games this round that I really enjoyed. I think, personal opinion, this game was the game of the round for me. This Canberra side is unstoppable. They're my biggest dark horse at the moment. I can't believe that I put them in 15th place for my prediction. They're so good. The Englishman, John Bateman, give yourself a bow. He is just on fire. The form that he has committed to this side. He is basically a Josh Hodgson. The fact that Canberra, as Nick from Australia says, are winning without Josh Hodgson is such a big, big thing. Aiden Caesar, that intercept, also a great player. And to keep Parramatta, Tigers and Gold Coast scoreless for 28-0 for this one in particular is just an amazing effort from this Canberra side. They're such a dark horse. The Tigers, obviously, no tries. Luke Brooks was denied a try. I did put a multi on Luke Brooks to score. This really annoyed me. But no, I think this Canberra side is just so powerful, and I worry about any team that plays them at the moment. The next one was the New Zealand Warriors up against the Storm. Now, I took the Warriors here. They've put in a fight. Have been really close to the Storm in their last couple games, but didn't they not show up here? They got some tries, which I personally think they were lucky. Jerome Hughes getting a double. He deserved a hat-trick. He had one of his best games of the season, in my opinion. He was on fire. If you have him in Supercoach, I reckon he would have gotten some good points there. He looked good. Cameron Smith on the back of this Melbourne Storm team. He looked really good, and he had a great game for the season. The Storm took away a big win here, 32 points to 10 after trailing 10-8 at halftime. As for the Warriors, I just don't know what to say for them at the moment. We'll see if they bounce back, but the Storm are too good here. I've got to say for this game, Kyle Flanagan and Bronson Xerri, all these young guns coming in, they had a really good game. I still can't believe we let Fafita score a bloody try. Chad Townsend was denied a try, but he later on did score. But the Sharks here, a big win over the Eels. 42 points to 22. This is a points fest in PointsBet Stadium. Now, that's the first time I've said PointsBet. I prefer Shark Park. It was really cool to experience the atmosphere and the fans of Shark Park. Mike Osebo obviously got a double. This game should have been 38 to 6 in the favour of the Sharks. I just think Parramatta showed something at the end that will spark this week, and they got some late consolation tries, you could call them, but they were pretty cool. Mitchell Moses, 3 out of 4 conversions, and Kyle Flanagan, 6 out of 7. But I thought Kyle Flanagan had a really good game, and these young Shark Guns are a threat, but a big win here at home over the Eels. Now on the NRL's Hot Shot Jackpot, I took Curtis Sironen, Tom Opacek and Tom Trbojevic with a Manly 1-12. Now, if Tom Trbojevic had scored in this game, I would have had $1,250 for free. Now, this really annoys me, but I've got to say, props to the Manly side. They fought hard here. They got the win. Cade Cust, he played a really good game, and he shared a nice photo with Cherry Evans after the game, relating to playing. It was his first game playing with his idol, obviously. Daddy Cherry Evans played Origin, but he's been injured for quite a while now. I thought Tapau was a lot better than he's been lately as well for this side. I've got to say for the Cowboys, though, that I really like John Asiata at the moment. John Asiata is not meant to be in the role that he is, which is a 5'8". I just think that he is really good in that role, and he's rocking the number 6. Michael Morgan at fullback wasn't too bad, but it was a big change for them, and at home, this is a game they should have won, but they only lost by 2. Manly won 22-20. The big brother was upset by the little brother in Suncorp Stadium when the Broncos, they should not have scored 18 here. 18 points to 26. This scoreline does not reflect the game. The game was 20 points to 6 until Brian Kelly got his second try of the match. Katoni Staggs I took for a try, so I got that. That was good to get. The back of the Broncos, Anthony Milford, he showed a lot of class throughout this match, and he's just improving week in, week out. He looked really good. I got to say, Jake Turpin though. Jake Turpin was an amazing player. He played so good. He got himself a try. Oh, I'm pretty sure he had over 180 run meters. I might be wrong, but he just had a lot of things. Tackle breaks, everything. If you don't have him on Supercoach, I don't at the moment. I want to look at him. He was outstanding. But obviously this Titans side, we can't speak highly enough of them at the moment. On the back of Tyrone Roberts, they were able to deliver a performance where Riley Jacks filled Ash Taylor's shoes, but they were so good here. This game is potentially the upset of the round. The Penrith Panthers beating the reigning premiers, the Sydney Roosters, 19 points to 10. Now, I had no belief in the Panthers. I thought they were getting some lucky wins, but this was a different team that turned up. Viliami Kickout and James Maloney were the 2 best players on the field without a doubt. The try-saver from Victor Radley was an awesome point in this match. The Panthers side was so good. I would be very surprised if Maloney keeps up the performance that he is if he is not picked for Origin. I'm going to say now that I think this could change, but if the Knights beat Melbourne and Penrith beat the Rabbits next week, that Maloney and Pearce could be the New South Wales Origin halves. We'll wait and see. The Roosters, they just didn't show much, did they? They're missing Keary, they miss Mitchell, they miss Crichton. They were under strength, but you can't excuse that they've lost 3 games in a row now. I think they can bounce back, but we'll have to wait and see. But props to this Panthers side for a brave win here against the Sydney Roosters. I was lucky enough to be at this game, the Bulldogs up against the Dragons, because I guess the first try scorer, which was Sebastian Kris last week in the Raiders and the Bulldogs game. Now, the Dragons were 5 losses in a row. They needed to win this game, and boy did they. This was the Corey Norman and the Ben Hunt show. They played so well. The Bulldogs, on the other hand, I don't know what positives I can take out of them. Kieran Foran is playing really well. Josh Jackson is also playing really well, but they just look terrible. I'm sorry if you're a Bulldogs fan. I've had a lot of Bulldogs fans comment on my videos, and they're saying not negative things to me, but negative things to the club. Now, you welcome Dalen Waitani-Selesniak this week, which is a massive in for you guys. We'll have to wait and see if he's a fullback or a centre. Zach Lomax, 6 kicks out of 6. He had a really good game. Got a try himself. Ravalawa got a double. Almost got a hat-trick. And Corey Norman, obviously, and Ben Hunt, it was their show. They did score a try. Plenty of points in this one. The Dragons moved from 13th to 10th, 36-12 over the Dogs. And there you have it, guys. Round 13. That's the recap. I'll see you guys in my predictions.